the hot take opening. I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so I can do art and writing, not for AI to do my art and writing so I can do my laundry and dishes. This is troublesome times. Unscripted, unedited, all done in one take. Because it's so easy, right? Since everyone else has a podcast, I might as well have one too. And this has been pretty interesting. I know it's a spooky month. It's officially started, and I'm pretty excited. And right now, right before I did this, I just had this on my mind, and I'm not ready for the day that I ever have to do what I call a apology video, because I feel like a lot of things that will come back to haunt me, and I'm specifically mean, seems like a running gag that seems to be happening. I guess it's pretty obvious that, what can I say? Blondes are better, or as the saying may go. I may be misremembering that, so, yeah, I mean, you could quote me on that, but it's probably ended up being true. So, but disclaimer, only natural blondes, okay? Because I know, I got kind of an eye for that sort of thing. I mean, I did. This is gonna be kind of funny, right? Because it seems like there's a lot of pathways I could have done, but one of those career paths I could have done was a cosmetologist, and I was only going to do the business side, but it's pretty fun to know that the actual part of it too. It's kind of weird because I've never ever dyed my hair, so whatever you saw is pretty natural, and in the sunlight you can see how brown it is. So, and another thing that happened before I decided to do this spooky podcast 2025 is that I needed some bookmarks, and I they got a bunch of books that want to donate because plan A and B have fallen apart. So I went there, and that's exactly what I did. Thankfully, I did bring one book just in case, just to get it started, just to nicely, friendly donating in my own low-key way. I know. So, the moment I said, this book is about how to write poetry, someone got excited, and they are officially the new owner of a poetry handbook by Mary Oliver. So I just had a real life Toy Story 3 ending moment, right before I got here. And spoiler alert, even though it's old enough to go to high school right now. I know, times, huh? Goes by pretty well. But yeah, so that was pretty useful. Hope they get a pretty good thrill out of that. That's a pretty valuable, pretty intelligible, pretty quality book that's pretty much almost for free. But, what's the catch? No catch I would say, but, you can't really trust on word alone. So, really, the catch is that it's kind of like a surprise gift. I don't know, maybe not really. But I guess, like, the reason I do small things like that, and it's kind of weird because there's a multitude of things that I've done that I'd like to say good deeds that pretty much are, they are pretty much never said here. And it's kind of weird, like, isn't it kind of, like, very sus when people just have to constantly friendly remind you of every good deed that they have done to everybody ever? And something, I have to be real with you on my take on this. Those people that do that, they almost never do it. And it's pretty odd that, it's like every single time. That probably indicates that this is not a regular thing that they do on a basis. And they're just very telling how proud they are of themselves for doing the bare minimum of decency. Right? Very fun, spooky month. So, what do I get out of this? Really, I guess like one, knocking two birds with two stones, or two birds with one stone. Yeah. So that, and I got some bookmarks because I do need them, and I really don't want to go to Barnes and Nobles and buy it. It seems like it's a little too much. Oh boy, times were better when Borders was around, and yeah, it's definitely because they had manga. It's just very sweet, sweet manga for a pretty good deal. It's too bad they're like bankrupt or got liquidated or whatever it's called. So, horror, right? That's what I'm gonna be reading for the rest of the year. And right now, that I am on. It's weirdly enough because I am currently reading The Haunting of Hill House, and let's just say that has triggered childhood memories just reading that. Yes, my childhood has been literally me in unfurnished, empty, soul bare houses for hours at a time. And I like to think that's where my imagination has come from, because when you are in that for a very profound amount of time, everything starts to become anything is possible situation. It's kind of like the opening level of video game. Like, no joke. You know, the tutorial level? That's the feeling it gets. If anyone really understands what I'm saying. So, I know I was originally gonna do a thing where I would just list all the stuff that was released in October. Well, there's so much of that has been released in October that I found in my own animation timeline that I discovered. So, but there are plenty that I recommend. I'm pretty sure I did that before, but I will say, Minnie the Moocher, the Betty Boop episode, I think that does qualify as Halloween, and I don't want to spoil it because it's pretty short, but that peak scene that they have, it's like, yeah, I know it's pretty old school. Like, who knew that a black and white film would captivate me? Almost 100 years later, but I got chills. I got shook watching that. No, not doing it for any, online cloud views, whatever. So, yes, and what else is gonna be exciting for the spooky month? I personally, I do like all the decorations and the foods, and it's been hitting this year. So, what are you guys excited for? I would say, I know I'm pretty basic, and of course, I guess it's a little too late now, I guess, but no, not really. I also just had ice cream, a little update. So there is this kitten that's around. I ended up believing it was a Boruto kind of arc, but his name is not Boruto. I did not name him Boruto. So what did I name him? Funny story. So this kitten, just saw him pass by. So one night, I went to get a Frosty, and the kitten, he is there. And he is just loving on, doing that rubby thing that cats do all over. And then, thankfully, it's a Frosty, so this kitten tried to eat my Frosty. So, from here on then, I officially named him Robin Hood. And Robin Hood tried to eat my ice cream right before I got here. He's a good boy. He's a cute boy. But the funny thing is, this happened because he ended up being scared of all the roads coming by. He is part black cat, so he's a perfect Halloween cat, I guess. So, I will say, I guess he was trying to eat my ice cream to feel better. I'm not mad. It's kind of funny knowing that all the one thing animals and all living creatures love is ice cream. Picked the perfect kind of food to associate with. Just ice cream. You can't go wrong with ice cream. Even like the low tier brand, it ain't that bad. I mean, in order to have bad ice cream, it's got to be like really, 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 really bad. And I would make a little joke here or there about making ice cream, but I really don't want to try any more flavors. It's not even funny what kind of flavors I've been having in like literally the past year. And why did I get all these flavors? It seemed, no lie, everywhere I've been going to the store now, I've been seeing this everywhere and for very, very cheap. And eventually it's like, okay, so is there any that's good? Maybe, yes or no. And I don't want to end up making another punchline and then it ends up being ice cream. I'm not ready for that idea to occur. To having that ice cream, kind of knowing that flavor. And advice to you, if you really are trying to do that, I want you to know this right now. Not doing this for the meme, but there has not been a single diet ice cream that has ever been as good as regular ice cream. Maybe it will work with the Johnny Pops thing, but I promise you, like, I've not had a single good ice cream. I think there's one called Hollow or Halo. Yeah, Halo, I believe. And I heard that's not a good ice cream to have. So really, you can give it your best, but I really do think that's gonna be like the worst kind of thing. And the little what's that? It's this weird stuff where you get like these little packets like Crystal Light. And they've never been as good as a regular thing, and I really try to avoid those as much as possible. So believe it or not, and I've been doing it more than ever than I really should have committed to this more sooner, but I am drinking water right now. Not even with the discount knockoff Crystal Light things. I'm legit drinking water as I speak. Looking at it right now, having water. I know. Hey, but it's very, very fun, right? It's very fun. I think I kind of get it now. I get the appeal of these podcasts. And you just want to hear people talk and do it over and 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 over again. I'm seriously, I'm trying to get something off my mind. Like, it's a very funny scenario, but it's weird because it's weird. Like, I think the hardest thing for me, believe it or not, is not to get angry. It's actually not to laugh at something when it's on my mind. But yeah, I really should have. So, yeah, so I really see it. I really can get how, and this is related to what I keep thinking about. That's funny, is that if you need this podcast to clean and or shower, please do it. And I gotta say, we gotta embrace our hair, our natural hair the way it is. I've been embracing my very long hair for a pretty while now. That's who knows? Maybe it's a rebel, but it's no other that I could have had. It's a part of me. Whatever, right? What is? How did I get to this point in my life where I'm actually talking about myself more than ever? But so I know. So what are you doing right now? Probably just waiting for candy, waiting for a scary movie to come up. Waiting. Let me see. I wish I could give you some good horror movies related to some horror stuff I got, but and I don't know. It's kind of weird. I can't. It's called The Island of Dr. Moreau or whatever its name is, but I gotta say all of them are pretty weird and they kind of deviate from the original story, and it's I'm just watching especially the newest one. It's like, what in the actual fuck? So, and I gotta say, why this story is pretty good. I don't know why we don't have a good version. Give us a TV show, even if that's what it takes. Oh, that's been something. What? I can't. Yeah. So, okay. So, why haven't I done more of a running gag of The greatest actor that never was. Oh no, I'm trying to say it with a straight face. I really. Okay, so for context, I do roast the greatest actor that never was. He is a very famous guy, very popular, very charming to the young woman out there for generations to come. Ed has started my favorite movie of all time, Titanic. But here's the strange thing about it. It's really not because of Leonardo DiCaprio, believe it or not. Never has been. Um, it's just the child in me that has always been demisexual and never found out until she turned 18. It likes the whole it just really gets my heart knowing that something like that could happen. Oh, defy all odds, as I say. So, I really, to be honest, the guy that really did it for me, that really made me had my demisexual awakening, was Leon Kennedy. Oh boy, I know. Oh, has that changed? Oh, really? I think it's more like for me, it's the personality sort of thing. And so yeah, so I sure it's like kind of a mystery, like the whole. Oh boy, I really am not looking thrilled, believe it or not. It's kind of weird because I think out of all of the guys that I'd probably have like a running gag with, I think Leonardo DiCaprio is probably the one I am least thrilled with. And you can really thank somebody who is a big part of my life, flat out said, Leonardo DiCaprio is not a good actor. I want to say, I never said he was a bad actor. Okay? I never said he was ugly. Even though I should. He's not. It's just, uh, I also know that if my dad or daddy would ever meet Leonardo DiCaprio, he would shout at the top of his lungs, "You soap!" and this is this is a very well known thing for a very very long time, and it's sort of amplified ever since I've been trying to do my own, just trying to friendly remind everyone to use soap, even if you really think that you don't need to. Probably do, just probably because we all forget some days, right? And yeah, that's oh god. Oh god, I'm thinking about it again. I'm crying. I'm crying with I really, maybe that's the one thing I should give as a gift if I meet Liam. Oh no. Is the I just, I just hi, nice to meet you. Like you are you are the greatest actor that never was, Leonardo DiCaprio. Here is a gift from me. It's soap. No, no joke. I'm crying. Why does this always happen? It's a strange pattern that this it's just the just I can already smell how this would end for me. just just I'd be the first official casualty. Oh, that's a way to go. I think, to be honest, he was the greatest actor in the music video for Earth by Little Dicky. I am legit crying. I really did not imagine I'd ended up crying at the end of this. Wouldn't be the first time this kind of thing ended up happening, but I just really, it's kind of the worst thing to deal with is the being around someone for a very long time that does not use soap. And I don't know. I mean, sure, you do you, but the human part of me is suffering, and I'm crying just thinking about that scenario. So, no hate. It's just, I really don't understand that kind of how these celebrities can really be. I really, really don't, and I don't think I am ever at a point where I am so famous that I never use soap again. That will be the end of me. I guess the most surprising part about all this is that Leonardo DiCaprio still has an amazing career at speaking. And to conclude this saga, this little running gag that's about to come. So, what does that mean? So this is going to be a very fun thing for you to ponder for another month. So, if the real life Dr. Dillamond flat out said that Leonardo DiCaprio is not a good actor, then what would he have thought of a certain movie that is pretty infamous for all the right and wrong reasons, and probably ugly ones too? Oh, we're gonna find out soon on Anyone Can Act. Oh, that's a great way to just suddenly end that. But this is the fun part. I am never, ever, I'm always full of ideas for somehow. And I gotta say, for all this, for everything that we've been through in my whole online figure career, I gotta say, you guys really do inspire me. For ways that you guys have no idea and probably never will. But I will say, getting to know different parts of all this stuff, I think that really helps. That really helps always to be inspired. Writer's block or creative block is the worst period to be in. So, anyway. Well, I just want to give a few more minutes to stop crying. So, in case you ended up like me and cried at the thought of this, if you haven't done this yet, don't forget to pet your pet. So, yeah, that's been fun. Happy Halloween, right? Something to be scared of, and something to laugh and cry about. And if no one has done it yet, I might as well be the one to do it. So, alright, that's been pretty fun and all that stuff. So, that's been great. It's been great. So, let me see. I think there's been plenty of stuff that's been pretty some. So, pretty good. Well, yeah, I know. Filler noise. Filler noise is so annoying. I hope you're done cleaning and or showering. And and it's redundant, but I don't think so. I refuse to believe that. Alright, so well, I mean, I think this spooky month's gonna be pretty wild, and plenty up there to come. So, alright, so, yep, that's been a kind of a wild ride. And, so, I guess this is, that was easy, right? A podcast is so easy that anyone can do it, and I just did it again. So, I guess I will have to end this with a happy Halloween. So kudos, and I will not always be here, but I am watching. Bye bye.